Hello, I'm Sabrina Simone, reporting from the Daily Security Briefing Security Information Center. Welcome to Week 5, February 2007, of the DSB Week in Review. This week brings us vulnerabilities and technologies from Microsoft, Oracle, Mozilla, Cisco, Yahoo, Trend Micro, and Squid. Within 2 days of its release date, Microsoft Vista has been found to contain a high-severity vulnerability that allows execution of arbitrary codes. Also, Microsoft Word contains a critical severity vulnerability that can completely compromise the affected system. This is the second vulnerability for Word in the last 2 weeks. As well, Outlook Express contains a high-severity information disclosure vulnerability. Microsoft has opted to wait for the standard patch cycle to issue any fixes. Oracle has released a high-severity advisory for a variety of security vulnerabilities with various impacts. The vendor has released a critical patch update to address these issues. Mozilla has released advisories for a variety of vulnerabilities of various severities in its Firefox, SeaMonkey, and Thunderbird products. Patches have been made available. And now for some quick hit points. Cisco's iOS, for the second time in as many weeks, contains a high-severity vulnerability that can lead to a denial-of-service condition. Yahoo Messenger is susceptible to a high-severity exploit that allows execution of arbitrary code. Trend Micro Interscan VirusWall contains a high-severity vulnerability that can lead to a denial-of-service condition. Finally, the Squid proxy contains a high-severity denial-of-service vulnerability. This week's activity maintains our threat index of the week at high. And now an editorial from IGX Global's CTO Babak Pazdar.
The cat and mouse game between spammers and anti-spammers continues. For a while, the anti-spam forces had the upper hand, but spammers did not give up. By now, everyone has seen the deluge of image-based spam that seems to cut through any anti-spam tool like a hot knife through butter. Yes, the spammers are back, and this time it's personal. These guys are not selling enlargement potions or mortgages. They are, for the most part, driven by organized crime rings that focus on manipulating markets. Using very high-performance homegrown applications, this community uses spam to hype a particular stock, driving up the price, and then dumping the shares for profit. Their approach is based on an older technique where the entire message was delivered in an image, bypassing word-based anti-spam techniques. The anti-spam community responded by forming information sharing rings that would key on specific attributes related to the spammer's images. The spammer applications now have the unique ability to very quickly generate millions of randomized images that bypass most anti-spam systems' ability to key on any one thing. These techniques and motivations, along with access to a large army of compromised systems, rendering IP-based detection tools like RBL less effective, has truly given the upper hand to the spammer in this ongoing war. If numbers and trends are any indication, 94% of emails were recognized as spam in December 2006. This number is sure to climb higher. In an effort to find relief from the constant bombardment, organizations have taken to tighten down on all the anti-spam knobs and switches at their disposal. Unfortunately, this also continues to drive up false positive rates for legitimate emails, a very real problem. The leading cause of false positives is misconfigured DNS, and it's my belief that most organizations have improperly configured or unrefined DNS servers. Cricket Loot, a noted authority on DNS, offers a free DNS health check. I would encourage our listeners and viewers to evaluate their DNS configuration with this most excellent analyzer. You can find it on the infoblocks.com website. If you're on the East Coast, you can also have an opportunity to meet Cricket on March 8 for a seminar on DNS best practices. You can find registration information to meet Cricket and more information on spam and DNS in my blog, The Email Wars. You can find it in the blog section of the dailysecuritybriefing.com site.
And now for this week's anonymous poll. Are you sure your organization's external DNS representation is proper? Make your vote count on the dailysecuritybriefing.com website. In response to last week's poll, does your organization see a compelling feature to migrate to Vista? 100% of the respondents said they saw no compelling reason to switch to Windows Vista. That's it for this week's DSB Week in Review. I'm Sabrina Simone, and remember that it takes the community's effort to keep spammers at bay, and DNS is the best place to start.